terrific news for the workforces, but for the communities as well. And in an economic environment that we're in, having these kind of investments and reinvesting back in the community, that is part of the Ford DNA, and we are so pleased to be able to do this. And it's only possible thanks to the competitive business case that we've been able to create with the help of the UAW, local municipalities, the state of Michigan, and the Department of Energy. And this just goes to show that when you can collaborate, in our case between Ford, our UAW partners, the state and federal agencies, we can have a win-win situations. We can bring jobs back into the United States, and we can drive innovation and job growth going forward. So working together, it works.
She's not a fair weather friend. She's an always friend. She's there fighting for working people, always in Michigan. She is responsible for batteries coming to Michigan. Let's give our great governor a great UAW Ford Rawsonville welcome.
To reinforce something that Bob just said, because these have been a really, really tough 8 years for everybody, right? We've all gone through this. It's been a really tough time. And the UAW, the men and women of the UAW have felt it more than anybody, because it's your members that have been, whose ranks have been depleted as a result of this restructuring in the auto industry. But what Bob King just said just a moment ago, what he said about the UAW caring about quality and being the reason that Ford is getting all these awards for quality, that message is the message that I know our Michigan Economic Development Corporation, who are here, want to be able to take across the world. Because what we want to say is that, first of all, the UAW has gotten a bum rap. That this example of investment in the United States, and Ford of course has Michigan in its DNA, but they're also a business. They are going to be making decisions based upon the bottom line, right? But the bottom line is dependent on quality. And so what the UAW has done in providing them both with sacrifices but also quality means that we are sending a message to the world that you can be competitive manufacturing in the United States and in Michigan. You can be competitive. And not only can you just be competitive, but if you locate here, your products will be the finest in the world. If you are a manufacturer, whether it's autos or anything else, and you care about whether your product is well loved and purchased because the quality and the cost are there, then you better locate in the United States, and I would say in Michigan, because this is the place you can be competitive. And I know that the UAW is competitive. When Mark Field stands up and says, we are bringing back jobs from Mexico and from Japan, they're bringing them back here because you won the competition, right? You beat out the competition. So it is a great message. And this is, I mean, 2010, I mean, if you think about a year ago, 2010, we have hit bottom and we are starting up. It's not going to be a quick climb. We know there are challenges, but what everyone up here has said is that we have to be partners in this competitive global economy. And so when John Dingell, who leads this fight along with our senators to get federal investment in the electrification of the vehicle, that is a partnership. When these representatives and Senator Liz Brader and Alma Wheeler-Smith and Tori Rocca and Rebecca Warren, who are here, when they vote in favor of the most aggressive tax incentives in the country for battery vehicle development, you better believe we are partners in this competition. When the UAW provides the best quality manufacturing in the globe, you are partners in this competition. When our local partners, whether it's Ypsilanti or Sterling Heights or Detroit or anywhere else, when they surround and embrace with additional incentives and speed to market, and we say we're going to do anything or go anywhere to encourage the investment in the United States, those are local partners. The bottom line is, in a global economy where we are fighting for every single job, we got to realize that the world has changed, and it requires all of us, all of us to make this case that Michigan is the best place on the globe to build things, and we are not going to turn our back on the manufacturing sector. Stands up and talks about the importance of manufacturing, and we have a delegation that says we're not going to be a nation that just, as somebody once said, teaches each other to dance or cuts each other's hair. We're not just going to be a service nation. A nation that doesn't have a strong manufacturing sector is a weak nation. A nation that doesn't build things gives up its national security. We are not going to be a weak nation. We are going to rebuild this country by having a strong manufacturing sector, and it's all going to start right here. So, the last thing I want to say is that we are back. This industry is back, and instead of being viewed as what they say Luddites, as being resistant to fuel efficiency and fuel economy, what this demonstrates is that Ford and your domestic competitors are leading the nation to energy independence and leading the nation to freedom from foreign oil. We know from what we're seeing in the Gulf of Mexico, what we're seeing in the battles in Iraq and Afghanistan, that if we're going to be a strong nation, there's a critical national need for us to produce these batteries in this country and not just in Asia. So what you're doing here in Rawsonville is making our nation stronger. So I want to thank you as governor of this state. I want to thank you for what you are doing to bring jobs and contributing to America.